Lafayette loses their 4th Patriot League game, 0-4 for the first time ever. And, of course, Dan Mounty is standing by with head coach Fran O'Hanlon to get his thoughts about today's ball game. Here's Dan.
Gary, thanks a lot. We're here with head coach Fran O'Hanlon. Fran, a tough battle here. Back and forth. First half, a very low-scoring contest. You kept the hopes alive, and then both teams coming out like prize fighters early in that second half.
Yeah, I mean, we played well in the second half offensively. We just didn't get many stops from them, and their athleticism started to wear us down as the game went on. And they're a good basketball team. It's they've had a lot of success this year. But I was proud of how we came out, how we played the first half, how we started the second half. We just got to play 40 minutes of basketball, and that's something that we didn't do today, but you got to credit them.
The strategy of keeping Triss and Linder out of the starting lineup, and of course very active in the first half after all, seemed to work out for you, with Triss producing way above his average, 19 tonight.
Yeah, we were trying to keep them out of foul trouble. It's a quick team, and that worked. It didn't work well enough for us to come out with a W, but we had a chance to at least play with them the whole game.
Well, you've got the two new franchises here back-to-back. Boston today. Next up will be Loyola of Maryland at their place.
Yeah, and Loyola's terrific. They got a kid, Dylan Cormier, who's maybe the best player in our league. So we're going to have our hands full down there on the road.
New franchises to the Patriot League. I should have clarified that. They've been around a little while. Well, Fran, we wish you the best of luck on the road with back-to-back road contests.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, Fran O'Hanlon, the head coach of the Lafayette Leopards. We bring in our Coca-Cola player of the game, Dan Triss. And Dan, I got to hand it to you. It's not easy coming in, catching your first foul within a matter of seconds. But what I noticed about your play today is you did everything you possibly could for the minutes you had on the floor, taking a charge and working so many different ways, and ended up with 19 points despite it all.
Yeah, I mean, I worked hard on offense, but I think I can do a lot better on defense, and that's something I've got to work on, and we've got to work on as a team. I think we had a great first half against a very good, very smart, well-coached team. And then the second half, we came out. We didn't start off very well. We didn't get second chance points, and we didn't get back in transition well enough. Doesn't have open shots, so I think that's what we need to fix as a team to get better. That kind of spurtability aspect. So.
The one thing I like about this year's version of the Lafayette Leopards, this never say die, all-in attitude. Tell us a little bit about how that was generated this season.
Yeah, I mean, we've been down a lot this year, so we know what that feels like, and credit to the guys. We're a tough bunch of players, and we never give up. But I think sometimes we dig ourselves into a hole, and we claw out of it, but it's just not enough. You can't be down 15, 16, whatever it is, and expect to come back and win.
Before you go, how much is Lafayette missing Seth Hendricks on the sideline?
We miss Seth a lot, obviously. He's a great rebounder and a great perimeter and an interior presence on offense. And defense, he does a good job rotating and everything. But, that injury is something you have to deal with. Every year we have injuries, or changes in rotation, and we got to deal with that. So that's on us.
All right, Dan Triss, pretty good contest here for yourself. 19 points, throwing 4 rebounds, 8 of 11 from the floor, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, and quite a bit above your 13-point per game average. Nice job out there today.
Very much.
Dan Triss, and we'll take it back to Gary and John.
All right, Dan, thank you. He was our Coca-Cola player of the game. Experienced the Coke side of life. Now we're going to experience some of the highlights of today's basketball game with head coach, former head coach John Leone.
Thank you, Gary. Boy, I'll tell you, Papali did a great job in the second half. He was relatively quiet, but John Papali really came alive. He not only shot the ball from the perimeter, there you see him slashing to the basket and getting a three-point play. Here's a back cut on a great pass from Malik Thomas, and Papali really ignited the Boston U Terriers in the second half. But again, Maurice Watson, look at the bounce pass to Judenay. And of course, Judenay knew what to do with it at the very end of it. I'm telling you, this team has all the answers. And again, another great bounce pass on the inside. Dom Morris, without a point in the first half, really came alive. Gary, they had 5 or 6 guys with double figures. Alan Flanagan did his best in the second half to contribute offensively in the absence of Seth Hendricks. And Alan, with a big second half, hit that perimeter jump shots. And little by little, you see some other players picking up. Here's a great high-low from Flanagan to Dan Trist. And in the long run, as Danny finishes again on the inside, you don't know that when Seth Hendricks gets back, some of these young guys might be a little more advanced than they would have been had they not gotten the minutes without him there. Zach Rufer hits a long three, and then Joey Tazinski leaking out on the fast break finishes the layup. And again, a nice little kick out. This young fella, Bryce Scott, boy, he was invisible, Gary. How often have we seen him not score? But these 2 threes that were almost consecutive threes gave you a glimpse of how much he means to this team offensively, and without him scoring, too much to overcome against a team like Boston.
Yeah, no question about it. A very talented Boston University basketball team. Their 89 points came on 30 field goals. They had 15 triples for just 30 attempts. They were 14 for 18 from the foul line. 5 guys in double figures, led by John Papali's 16 points. For the Lafayette Leopards, they're 78 on 30 field goals. They had 5 triples, 5 for 13 from beyond the arc, 13 for 20 from the free throw line. They had 4 guys in double figures, led by Dan Trist with 19 points. The women did win this afternoon, so the women will take a 1-game winning streak into Wednesday night's game, when John and I and Dan will be back with the RCN television team to bring you that ball game live at 7 o'clock. Final score here, Boston University 89, Lafayette 78. Thanks for spending time with us. For all of us, I'm Gary Laubach. Goodbye, everybody.